Welcome back, casual cooks. Today, we're doing our review on the Gozney Dome Gen 2. So on the last video, we did the unboxing. It's all put together and set to go. I charged the battery for the display unit, but before we actually cook a pizza, we have to be able to cure the stones. So that's going to probably take about a half an hour is what it says. So looking at the display for the very first time, we have some buttons. I know this part is for the temperature probes, so that you can use that when you're cooking things other than pizza. And then we have the temperature, which can switch between Fahrenheit and Celsius, timer, and then I really don't know what's going on with the symbols here. So we're going to power this thing on. And so it's already reading that the temp stone is 74, it looks like. Oh, I know what that is. This is the dome, and this is the pizza stone. So the dome at the top is 74, but the pizza stone is at about 84 degrees right now. And then, of course, you can control where you would want it at and light it with this one. We're just going to cure it. So I'm going to light the Gozney Dome. I'm using propane for this cook. I did not want to use the wood. We're not actually going to cook a pizza in it yet. We're going to first do the cure, then we'll do the cook later. So I'm going to turn on the propane tank. And for the first time, the initial light. Let's hope I didn't leave any plastic inside the dome. There it is. Nice. First time being lit. Let me bring you guys in here. All right, so it's already at 124, 26 degrees on the dome, 104. And so I think it's supposed to get up for about 30 minutes of cure time. So I'm going to go ahead and set my timer, set a timer for 30 minutes, and we're going to see how hot it gets up with. But again, this isn't for the cook. This is simply just to be able to cure the pizza stone so that we can use it to cook later. So not much to watch now, and I'll let you know how it goes. It's been 15 minutes, and we're looking at about 916 degrees for the top of the dome, 535 for the pizza stone. And again, we're 15 minutes in, so we have about another 15 more minutes. Stone still looks the same color. It's kind of turning more of like an auburn or kind of an orangey rather than the kind of more yellow that it was. But it looks like everything's firing pretty good. Let me pick you up here for a sec and show you where we're at. Here's the readout, looking at about 923 degrees Fahrenheit for the top of the dome, about 545 for the pizza stone floor. So we'll just keep this going for about another 15 more minutes until the whole 30 minutes is up, and we'll see where it's at by the end. It's been 30 minutes, and we're at 1,029 Fahrenheit, and the temp of the pizza stone is about 724 degrees. And I'm looking in there, and as you can see, it's kind of turned more of a gold color on the inside. A lot of that stainless steel that was in the back is now starting to get kind of the burn colors going on there because of the smoke going on the dome top. But everything's looking pretty good. The next step, we're going to get going on cooking some pizzas.
3 days later.
And in order to get this thing going, we're going to need about 45 minutes to heat this thing up. So let's get that going. We will open up the propane valve, and we have the readout display, and we're going to turn it on. We've cured this before, so it's already cured and ready to go. There's what the inside of the oven is going to look like. But it is right now 80 degrees for the dome and 87 degrees on the actual flat top where the pizza stone is. And we're going to go ahead and get this thing going. So I'm going to push this in and rotate it to turn it on. Let's see if we can get the flame going. There it is. Nice flame going. And it will probably take a little bit of time to get this heated up. So you can already see there's a slight increase in the temperature. And we will go ahead and get this thing rocking and come back in about 45 minutes to make our first pizza in the Gozney Dome Gen 2 pizza oven. So it's been about 45 minutes so far, and I've been keeping this on the low setting. You can see the fire and the flame. You can see that it's still a nice, beautiful pizza stone, has not been used yet. Let's go ahead and look at the temperature. We're looking at about 683 degrees on the dome temp and about 503 on the stone. According to the directions on Gozney's dough, they want the stone temp at about 625 degrees. So we'll give it just a little bit more. We'll get our toppings ready so that we can finally cook our first pizza. All right, the moment is finally here. We have the temperature of the stone at 629. We have the dome at 811, but I'm letting that cool down. I'd rather look at the dome temperature right now. And we are going to get our first pizza on the Gozney Dome Gen 2 going. I'll be putting up a full video on how I made this pizza, but this is more of a review video. So this is just me assembling the pizza. I did make my own dough that's a Gozney type of dough, but I'm just stretching it out, trying to get it to about 12 inches. I'd like to get a 16-inch pizza peel, but I'm still waiting on that from Gozney. So a little sauce, a little pecorino romano on there, a little mozzarella, and for this one I think I just did pepperoni and onion. We got that going. Now it's just simply getting it into the oven. So here we go, the first launch. All right, got that launched correctly. We're gonna let it sit. We're just gonna watch it. We have our turning peel that we're gonna use. So we're gonna give it about 5 minutes. There's also a timer function. So you can actually click the timer function and you'll see that the timer is just starting to work underneath it. So we're watching that. So it gives you an idea of when this pizza might be done. And I'm gonna put a cutting board down there so that we can cut it on there. Oh, this is looking so beautiful, guys. Let me see if I can bring you over here. Oh, look at that. You can start to see a little of the browning on the left-hand side. So we're gonna have to turn it again for our time. We're basically at about 47 seconds. You can see it counting up. Again, that is the stone temp, 643. The actual heat temp at the dome is 746. I like cooking it kind of slower since it is a New York style. If it was Neapolitan, we would definitely heat it up. All right, we're gonna put in our pizza peel and try to see how the bottom is doing. Or not pizza peel, excuse me, the turning peel. And we're just getting underneath it. We need to kind of rotate this pizza around. See if I can do this while holding the phone. So we have a lot of that nice brown over on the side. We're at 1 minute and 25 seconds. All of the ingredients are looking pretty good. Let's keep moving it over. Check the bottom. So bottom still needs a little more time. And the good thing with having so much space in this oven is you can decide. You can see where the flame is, and you can also put it on the opposite side to get a little less of the heat. Plus, of course, you can use the thermostat control to turn that down. Looking pretty good. Let's keep it going. Keep a little rotating so we don't burn any of that crust. And I'll move it over a little bit to the right so it doesn't get too hot. You can see those pepperonis are starting to peel up. Oh, cheese is getting nice and melty, not bubbly yet. Looking at the bottom, I might want the stone a little hotter next time. I'd like to see the bottom done a little more. Certainly looks dry. It will probably be crisp. And it looks like the top might be getting done before the bottom. That's a me thing, not a Gozney thing. We are at 2 minutes and 42 seconds just for the time. Again, pizza stone temp 343. Dome temp 732. And let's move it back over a little bit. Again, we're just trying to get some of that bottom done a little bit. Now we start to see that. You can also use your peel to kind of block some of this. I'm probably blocking the camera. Let me move this over. You can probably use your peel to kind of block some of the heat that's coming in that may be getting over the top of that pizza. All right, looks like it's getting super done. We're checking out the bottom. Need to work on my pizza skills for turning it. Oh my God, that is looking absolutely beautiful. So that's only been about 3 minutes and 30 seconds, but to me, that's looking pretty good. I'm gonna pull that out and let that sit. If you could just see that and smell, oh, it is gonna be fantastic. Let me put you guys back down over there. Oof. And for me, I'm gonna put a little more pecorino on top. Looking absolutely beautiful. For the last part, let's give it a cut and a slice and see how it tastes. So it's nice crispy crust. I could even do a smaller bite. This might be a little hot. Let's try to take one and see if I can get that. Oof. Okay, so you can see crust's a little floppy at the start. So I might need a little more on the pizza stone, but you can see that it's really nicely done. There is some definite crisp to this, and you can kind of eat it. It's New York style, so let's fold it in half. Man, woo, hot. Mm, very hot. My fault, but so good. Wow. This oven is fantastic. This pizza is great. And this is my first time cooking on it. So I think it's only going to get better with more experience and more pizzas that I'm making. I'll make more video content for each style of pizza. I just wanted to start with the New York because that's the one I'm most comfortable with. Mm, that is amazing. Mm. When we took it off, it was at about 637 degrees for the stone temp. You can see it's at about 645. So it doesn't have that long of a recoup time to be able to get back up, but this was a small pizza. You might have a different pizza. If it's larger, it might take a little time to get up to temp again. Plus, I'm out here on a sunny day in Southern California, so if you're outside, it was nighttime, it was cooler, you might have to wait a little while longer in order to get that stone back up to temp. But really good. I absolutely love this new oven. I know it can cook other things besides pizza, but I got it primarily for pizza, and I will be able to experiment throughout the times, and I'll keep you guys updated the whole time. Let me get one last bite. So far, I could not be happier. This pizza is great. This oven is great. I have nothing else to say except I want to finish this pizza and get a next one going. Thank you for joining me on this journey, guys. I really appreciate that you've been able to follow the channel. We're going to have a lot of content this year. If you enjoy this and you're getting something out of it, please hit like, leave me a comment, and please subscribe. That helps our channel grow. And I really want to make this one of my priorities for the 2026 years to help this channel grow and be able to bring more content to you. And with every like, comment, and subscription, it helps us do that. And until the next video, where I might be doing another pizza, Neapolitan, or adding some different toppings, remember, I'll see you soon, and always keep it casual.